Lord of the Flab, aka Game of Thrones. Once upon a time in a land called Fart, there was a king called Flab, who had a big blue bird called Twit Twat. He used the big blue bird called Twit Twat to attack his enemies. His enemy was Vlad the Bad Dad. King Flab used to be in love with Vlad the Bad Dad, but Vlad the Bad Dad had been an abusive lover. King Flab still secretly loved him, however. Bad Flab, Bad Vlad, had once stolen a portrait of King Flab from King Flab's secret art collection. The portrait was a portrait of King Flab in the nude. The artist had told the king that he had a wonderful body and that this type of portraiture was all the rage in the citadel of Musky Bio. This was a lie. Even though everyone told him he was beautiful, King Flab had an ugly body. He was fat and wore a big gold wig with orange face paint. King Flab never ate his vegetables. Anyway, King Flab was ashamed of his Flab and had hidden the naked portrait. But Vlad the Bad stole it one night after a late night feast with the princesses of P. Vlad threatened to show the painting to all the lords of the walled streets, and King Flab would do anything to stop this. King Flab had very low self-esteem. He needed the lords of the walled streets to like him. But for now, there was no immediate danger. Vlad the Bad was afraid of King Flab's hardcore. The hardcore were fanatical soldiers with the best magic powers in all the world. They could explode whole cities with their magic, and they did everything King Flab said. Vlad the Bad wanted to destroy the hardcore so that he could take over the kingdom of Fart and then become the ruler of two kingdoms. His own icy kingdom, the kingdom of Queef, was too cold. Vlad the Bad decided to consult the analytical wizards of the bridge, as well as the analytical wizards of the ford, to discover if King Flab had any other weaknesses apart from ugliness, stupidity, and a small willy. The analytical wizards consulted their magic book of faces. In the book of faces was the face of every man, woman, and child in the land of Fart, including King Flab. The wizards knew how to read the symbols in the book of faces and could learn the deepest, darkest secrets of every person in the kingdom. They asked the book, "What are King Flab's secrets?" The book said, "He is sad because he hates himself, and so he pretends to love himself. But he pretended so long to love himself, when really he hates himself, that he forgot that he is truly hateful to himself, and so every time he tries to love himself, he feels sad, because he secretly knows he hates himself." Vlad knew what to do. In the deepest depths of his icy kingdom of Queef, he began to breed and train a troll army. The trolls would disguise themselves as real people and go to the land of Fart. There they would start to tell everyone that King Flab needed to be loved because he was truly a winner and the best at everything. The trolls had persuasive powers. Lots of idiots believed the trolls, and they started to praise King Flab. For the first time, King Flab felt like he was loved. He started to gain confidence. He started to believe he was a beautiful person. But herein lay the dastardly plan of Vlad the Bad Dad. For the truth was, King Flab was not a beautiful person. He was a total cunt. He was a rapist. He was a racist. He was a bully. And more than all that, he had a tiny willy. And the bigger Flab's ego got inflated, the louder it would be sure to burst. And so, right when King Flab least expected it, Vlad would strike. In front of all the lords of the walled streets, Vlad would unveil Flab's naked portrait, and the lords would all point and laugh. King Flab would surely jump from the tower when this happened, and the kingdom would all be Vlad's. So once the troll army had done their job, Vlad sent in the axe hackers. The axe hackers were Vlad's elite soldiers. They snuck into the walled streets at night and snuck right into the throne room of the White Palace. The throne room had King Flab's white throne right in the middle of it. The white throne itself was actually a toilet, but it had been gilded with gems to look like a throne. King Flab liked to poo and pee without getting off his throne, so the lords had the throne converted into a toilet. The axe hackers hid inside the toilet throne and waited. The next day was King Flab's birthday. There was a big party at the White Palace, and everyone who was anyone was there. Flab flew into his throne room on his big blue bird called Twit-Twat. The bird squawked insults at everyone, and everyone pretended to laugh and agree. Flab was happy for the first time ever. Important people really respected him. Or so he thought. The time came for the big unveiling. King Flab had had a new picture done of him. This one was of him not naked, but surrounded by his hardcore guards, dressed in a robe of gold, looking hard. Or so he thought. The axe hackers had replaced the picture with the nudie one. The time came for the big unveiling. Everyone was hushed in silence. The axe hackers were ready to jump out the toilet. The troll army hid among the crowd. Vlad the Bad Dad licked his evil lips. All the lords of the walled streets smirked. King Flab scratched his scrotum beneath his cloak. He stroked his pet fox called Fox. The big blue bird called Twit-Twat glared at everyone with its evil eyes. But then, suddenly, the scene went black. The screen was off. The phone was
out of battery?
Maybe I should just go outside for a walk.